Another fight on Saturday is going to feature Tony Harrison, and this is a young man who we have not learned much about, but apparently is starting to take the boxing world by storm. 5 wins, all of them by knockout, and we know that that's how the Kronk boxers like to do it. Filling us with excitement. Tony, tell us what you're expecting on Saturday night.
I'm expecting somebody that comes to fight. You know, those are the type of fighters I tell Emmanuel to try to get for me, people that come to fight, because people that come to fight give you chances to knock them out. You know, they don't hold back. They don't try to hold their guard up all the time. They give you chances to find their mistakes. And, you know, that's what I look for, to find mistakes and go for the knockouts.
What sort of risks do you run, though, by extending yourself and getting in there, mixing it up?
I run the risk of getting caught with shots. But, you know, in the fighting game, that's a risk I'm willing to take, you know, because I figure I'm Detroit and sparring with Andy and all the other top contenders going on. I figure I got a better chance, you know, of knocking them out than they do of knocking me out.
A young guy like you, you've been around long enough to at least be aware of MMA and the success that that sport has had. Why did you choose to go down the boxing route instead?
I was always young when I was always fighting. I never used to like to grab, but I was always the littler guy. So, you know, grabbing was never a thing. So I used to have the mindset of if I can get my shots off before they grab me, then I figured I was in good shape. So I just stuck with boxing instead of, you know, MMA and all the grabbing.
You look speedy. Just sitting there, you look speedy. You look like you'd be tough to contain in a ring. Is that one of your signatures?
Yes, sparring with Klitschko a couple of times, they call me Speedy Gonzalez. I'll be all over the place when I spar Klitschko. So, you know, I mean, I try to utilize my speed, you know. So, Emmanuel, and that's one thing good about working with Emmanuel, he take what good you have and he work with you, and it goes from there.
Talk about that. I didn't know that you had sparred with Vladimir. How does that help you?
It helps me because he's much taller than the guys I fight. He's much stronger than the guys I fight. So when I get in there with them and I'm getting there clinching with him and he's pulling all on me and grabbing all on me and pushing me everywhere, I know when I get in there with the guys my size, I know, you know, they not as big as Klitschko, not as strong as Klitschko, and I know if I can handle what he's doing to me, I definitely can handle what a guy my size is doing.
There a guy that you try to model yourself after, or a couple boxers who you look up to, whether it be guys who are active now or people who you've seen fight over the years?
I mean, I look up to a lot of guys, but I try to model myself. But, you know, guys like Sugar Ray Leonard, you know, my granddad, Henry Hank, that came out of Detroit. I used to like Vernon Forrest because he had a good, strong jab. And, you know, I just pick and choose. I try to go from Tommy Hearns. You know, I try to go from another Detroit star.
Another TH, in fact,
yeah,
right?
Another TH like me, yeah.
Listen, there's such a signature look to not only the Kronk gym, but even what you guys wear. I mean, you take pride in, you know, representing the Kronk and wearing the colors.
I take pride in it. It's like once you with him, it's like you take pride in being with him, you know, and the legacy of what Emmanuel has created with Kronk.